Rugby league has been the vehicle on which I've lived my life. It's forged me into the person that I am today and has given me life experiences that you can't imagine. I'm Jamie Jones Buchanan, and in late 2018 I was asked if I'd be the media manager for the England Knights tour to Papua New Guinea. It was a role I'd never had before, and not only that, I was there on my own. I have spent years though trying to showcase the true personalities within rugby league, and I believed I could document this extraordinary trip to Papua New Guinea, the only place in the world where rugby league is the national game, and give the outside world an insight into the real lives of these extraordinary players outside of the 80-minute window through which they're often perceived. Thanks to Paul Anderson, his staff, and one of the most organic groups of players I've ever been involved with, I was given unrivalled access and every opportunity to show the process these young players go through in the pursuit of World Cup glory.
That camaraderie that's out there, that's going to be massive for you. All right? It's a proven formula. This has been happening for the last 2 years with the seniors. Is it a coincidence then that we ended up in a World Cup final with the seniors? Because that togetherness is massive. Last night with the seniors, there was 4 very, very senior players sat here, and JP asked them questions. And I would imagine, from right, every one of them referenced the EPS get-togethers of doing this. Because when we end up getting on a plane and you got to sit next to somebody for 24 hours and they're stinking and all sorts of going on, all right, guess what, you're already comfortable with them. Then when you get in a tough environment, when there's these Papua New Guineans coming at you, guess what, you're comfortable around each other. It's massive.
To be honest, mate, I think that the main difference of it is obviously getting around the boys, and you know what, that's the main thing. I think everyone, because we'll have a month where we don't do anything, and then we meet up, and it's sort of, you come in and you're a bit apprehensive, and obviously everyone's in the same boat, and I think that by the time everyone leaves, you feel like an actual squad, even though you've had no training sessions, you've had no nothing. You feel part of a squad, and obviously the information that you're getting from different sorts of from the doctors and the coaches and different things like that. It is a lot to take on, like you said, and the main thing is we understand it all and we get it all in before the tour.
I was in the system I think it was the 16s, and I was over the moon with getting picked then. But like I say, getting called back up and coming into this night squad's a massive thing. And like you said, the PNG tour's coming up in a few weeks, or just over a month's time, so really looking forward to it.
So the meetings tonight, and obviously the KPS sessions, is really to give all the lads the information about what we're doing. Obviously the early ones about the England heartbeat and what the long-term plan is really with England, the Knights and the senior squads, and what we're aiming to achieve over the next 4 years.
Tonight, if you just go forward with this, introduce what we're doing here today. Wello's here, part of the senior team, was in the World Cup and whatever. He's going to show a video from Wayne, okay, in basically a little review from the World Cup. And some of the words he'll use in there will be very, very pertinent to us and what we're going to do going forward. Does that make sense? All right, so it's important you see this and important you understand the message from Wayne, okay? After that, some media stuff, we'll talk about that for a couple of minutes. Gemma, which I'll introduce Gemma in a while, we'll talk about some medical things. Then we'll disappear back out there with some stations. Now, I know you've all had of emails in regards to visas, passports, medical, information, jabs, all that type of stuff. I understand you've had all that and you've been bombarded with information. So if you've got all that back to now, I thank you. If you haven't, get your finger out, get it done.
Papua New Guinea was a stepping stone for full international honours. They were coming here to face a fearsome Commonwealth side. But what does it actually mean to represent your country?
Oh mate, it'd be a dream come true. Obviously, I've never been, lucky enough coming through. I've never represented England. I've never been deemed good enough to, play for England. And So obviously at the back of my mind it's always, you know, you first of all you want to be playing for your club, and you know St Helens for me, I just want to be playing for St Helens and whatnot. But obviously I think for anyone to, you know, to represent the country, and especially like in a World Cup final, I just think, you know, that is the pinnacle and that is the highest level of the game that you can get to. So yeah, you know, it'd be a dream come true.
I'm probably more excited about, you know, being involved with the Knights and what it is, a bit of a development group in regards to, you know, developing players for the senior team of years to come. And obviously the Knights was brought back with 2021 in mind to bring through the future England stars of that World Cup. And you know, if we can add that and obviously set them on their way at senior international rugby, and certainly with a test, and that's why PNG was picked, because it is going to be that. It's going to be a test. It's going to be a challenge, and the players to step up to that next level above Super League in probably a bit of an intermediate level. You know, PNG before you hit the heights of Australia, and it'd be great to see, you know, lads on that pathway. And obviously be part of that, and then see them. You know, the aim is obviously to win a World Cup in 2021.
You know, I think it could be, you know, massive, very, very important. You know, to be involved in that World Cup squad in 2021, and you know, having done something like this 4 years previous would, you know, really put me in good stead, and you know, as it would for many of the groups. So, you know, I think it's important that, you know, we are starting to do these kind of trips now, and you know, put the players in these positions before they are asked to do it on the big stage.
Oh, it'd be massive, just to, like I say, getting picked for this, but even to go over and like say win all the games and that, it'll be probably the best time in my life, and probably the best moment in my life as well. So really looking forward to it, and hopefully I can start playing well again and get back in this team in the next few months.
Papua New Guinea is an interesting place. If you're going to come out here, you best make sure you're prepared.
So another thing to remember is Zika virus. So again, all you need to know is if any of you in this room plan on having a child in the next 6 months, I'd reconsider that if we're going over to Papua New Guinea. And you, Liam? Fantastic. Right, having a look. So you're up to date with your MMR, so we don't need to do that. You had your 3, we had 3, 4 then. So you need a tetanus booster because you're short on your tetanus boosters. You haven't had hepatitis A and you haven't had typhoid, so you're going to need both of them. What I'll do is I'll take this home.
Yeah.
I'll send you an email with exactly what you need. Have you sorted out hepatitis B?
Have I sorted it out?
Yeah, have you spoken to your club? No. I know a lot of you are young. I know these things are not always planned. There's sometimes a mishap, but you need to remember unprotected sex for 6 months after this tour puts you at risk of having a baby with Zika virus. I haven't got any photos to show you. It's not particularly nice. But again, if that's something that's on your radar or on your mind, you need to be letting me know. Is that okay? Right, you're next. So let's have a look roughly what you need. So you've had your 3 of those, that's great. You've had your MMRs, so that's out the way. You've had your booster for polio, booster there. Booster in 2013, so we don't need to worry about that. Now what you haven't had is you haven't had hepatitis A and you haven't had your typhoid. Your GP can do those. And then have we spoken already about hepatitis B? So Ian's done 2, hasn't he?
I think so.
He has. I think we'll probably sort out the 3rd one for you.
Gemma, the doctor's been emailing me back and forth, and it's just muddled with my head a bit, but you know, I'll forward it on to my mum now, so she can make sense of it and get it all sorted for the time we go.
Got them booked in for tomorrow. A few lads, Warrington lads are going down tomorrow, and then hopefully get them done in a month's time again. So all booked in for tomorrow.
I'm up to date, yeah. I get my 2nd batch in a couple of weeks, just before we head out there. So yeah, I didn't realise how serious it was heading out to PNG, and you know the risk that you're taking. So yeah, I was pretty fast at getting myself up to date with all that stuff.
Before we could fly out to Papua New Guinea, the Wigan and Warrington-based players had to fight it out in the 2018 Grand Final. In the meantime, the rest of the squad thrashed it out at the Manchester Institute of Health and Performance.
We're at the Manchester Institute of Health and Performance, obviously Manchester, close to the Etihad Stadium. It's a facility we've used previously with the England seniors in fallout sessions, pretty similar to what we've done today. So it's a facility we know well, and great staff. So as you can see, great facilities. So it's perfect for what we want out of today. Congratulations. Obviously we've got down to our 24. All right. We're all aware of what's happening. We all know when we're going. You've had all that information, all that type of stuff. We've all done what we need to do. Yeah, we've all done our jabs and all that type of stuff. Yeah, all good. Just thank you for your commitment throughout the year. When we go, obviously on Monday there'll be a few more added. Then we're in camp on Wednesday. Sweet. Then Friday, Thursday morning we disappear. All right. So today, don't know if you're fully aware of what's going to happen today. Right. You're going to have 50 minutes to an hour in here, some skills and some games. Nothing specific at all to anything bigger picture. All right, and how we're going to play or anything like that. All right. Then what we'll do then is Adam will take you upstairs to the gym. You got a weight session in there. What he'll put through with you that. Then after that, there's some chambers here. I don't know if you've all been before, but these chambers will replicate the conditions in PNG. So there might be 35 degrees and 90% humidity. Adam knows the details on that. That might be an exaggeration, but I hope not.
Adam Whitney and strength and conditioning coach.
1700 to beat, yeah?
The strength and conditioning facility, the gym here is just perfect. Big size, everything that we need, equipped for everything that we can deliver to the players, what they need, ready to go away, working on a strength session.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, so all I want you doing is, high as you can, just land in nice and soft, in control, and just step down, because we're working concentrically. Okay, if we jump down, it's defeating the object of the exercise. 2 sets of 3, boys, so 3 reps. Let someone else have a little go, okay? You can even go round the boxes, do you make sense? Good. Good landing, boys. Okay, soft knees, nice quiet. High as you can with a jump. Yeah, it's quite hard because obviously a lot of them have finished and they've had their breaks and we can't really throw them in the deep end now. We'd like to, obviously when we go to PNG, they're going to be faced against, a really physical test. And it's about that balance between what they've done, looking after them and just gradually building them up ready for that tough encounter. So we've been off-feet conditioning with them rather than getting too much on the load on the legs, as well as a strength session. Giving them options that they can do what they feel is more beneficial to them as an individual rather than dictating too much to them. Come around here, boys, just for 5. All right, I'll explain what we're doing. So, obviously, if you go out, boys, because it's a security door and fire exit thing, you just need a card. So if you need let me know. We'll do it that way, all right? So, you're pretty prepped anyway, boys, because I appreciate that's been a pretty tough session. So we'll just do a little bit of potentiation, a bit of plyometrics before we get into the session. And what we'll do is, it's a session where you'll have loads of options to do and you can pick yourself. So you can get in any group you want, try to mix it up between the teams, you know what I mean? So you get familiar with the individuals. I'm around anyway, so we'll talk about it. But it'll be simple where, for instance, number 1 is on its own, okay? So you'll either have the choice of doing a hang clean or a hang high pull, depending on wrists, shoulders, and how you feel and your efficiency with technical lifts, right? Do that with a couch stretch. You'll have all these for yourself to see. And the reps and sets are there. And then you'll have options. So 2A with 2B, so you've got a front squat or a hex bar deadlift. You make the choice what you want to do. Okay, that's down to you. And you'll do that with either a dumbbell bench or a single arm dumbbell incline press. Okay, so it's like a double leg lower limb exercise with a kind of a horizontal push, but you can pick. And that goes down, so there's other exercises, but I'm not going to explain it all, boys, because it's pretty basic, all right? And then after that, we were lucky enough to use the chamber here, where it works on the humidity of PNG and the temperature, so we kind of mimicked what the boys would face when they're out there. And the boys have been doing off-feet conditioning because they've had quite a long season as it is. So we've been in there for part of the day, as well as now they've had their showers and they're just using the recovery facility now for some contrast training.
We know physiologically, I think that's the right word, is that we won't really get any long-term benefits from what we've done today and what we'll do again next week. But I think it's more psychological in preparing people and preparing players for... There's nothing worse, is it? Remember when you were a kid and you just get off the plane when you're going on holiday and you just, what is it and stuff like that. We don't want to do that. We want to give them a a best case scenario of at least I've had some sort of experience to 30 degrees and it was 95% humidity in there today. So it's like I said, we'll do that twice before we go. We'll have an hour in each time, and it's more psychological than physiological, the effects that we'll get.
Yeah, really tough. They set the humidity and stuff to what it's going to be like in Papua New Guinea, and it was tough, so I'm sure it's going to be tough over there as well. I've heard some mad stories about PNG, but I'm sure it's not as bad as I think, and it'd be good to get into their culture and, you know, just find out how they live. And obviously I'm going to miss my family at home. I've got my 2 kids and my girlfriend, so I'll miss them massively, but they're only a fair time away.
All right, so it's going to be tough. There's going to be watt bikes, there's going to be ski ergs, there's going to be a lot of pain in there, to be fair. And Adam will explain how that's going to work once you get there. All right, after that, then we're done. All right, Monday will be exactly the same again, similar session. All right, the reason why we're doing all that heat stuff as well is to get some, realistically, I think this is the right word. There'll be no real physiological effects in regards to doing that, but psychologically, you'll get used to actually working in them environments and that heat and stuff. Does that make sense? I might have got that terminology wrong, but I don't think I'm too wrong on that. That make sense? Any questions on that? Nah? What on Monday, sorry, as well, is what'll happen is you'll be brought a big bags. These bags are described as coffins. So you little fellas, you might be in somebody else's bag, they're massive. So all your kit, when the kit comes, it'll be numbered 1 to 24. You'll get, alphabetically, you'll be given a number. So Chris, you'll be number 1 because of Atkins and stuff like that, all right? And you got 24, unfortunately, all right? Does that make sense? So that's your kit. All your kit will have a number on it. So when we get out there and you want to wash it and stuff like that, in Brisbane there's washing machines and stuff like that, so that's your job. We ain't babysitting you with all that stuff, it's your job. It's not your club. You want clean gear, you wash it. Sweet? If not, you'll stink like a polecat. All right? So all that stuff, so you expect if you 4 or 5 of you travelling in a car, I'm going to tell you now you might need 1 or 2 cars because these are massive bags. Make sense? All right, any questions, please fire them questions across as we're going along. Session will be a couple of minutes with Adam, a couple of minutes with us on skill, a couple of minutes with Adam, a couple of minutes with us on skill, 2v2s, 3v2s type stuff. We'll go play a game offside touch, 6 minutes, 2-minute break, 6 minutes done. Then we're going to have like a 3v2, staying square from marker type drill, but working off that lead and getting to the next man. And then we're going to have a little bit of terminology, we might like a ruck rebound type drill for 10 minutes. All good? Hey fellas, just listen up here right now. Just give you an idea of where I want you to be here in practice. This is moving forward as well. In this, right, I want you to move, do things, do it quick, make good decisions, that's a prerequisite, all right? But if you throw a dummy and go through the middle of it, brilliant. But on the end of it, just challenge yourself, get some skill in there, all right? If it goes to the ground, I don't care. It's just practice. This is where we make mistakes. This is where we have trial and error, all right? But then if we do it right in here, we get it right, game into it. That makes sense? Just challenge yourself. Let's go. Let's speed this up now. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Next one. Yeah, next. Let's go. That's it. Cruise. Get away. That's it. You still got them baby hands, you?
Good
yeah,
feet.
well done.
Nice shot. Good,
nice.
Danny. Late footwork. Good, mate.
You're supposed to move before you start doing this. What's all that about?
Nice cruise.
That's it. Well done, Paul. Well done. Challenge yourself. Do you feel you could have brought that back if you needed to?
2 new defenders, boys.
If you come up with an error, what could you have done differently? Think about what you're doing. Nice, Dean. Well done. Nice play.
That's it. Keep showing the ball.
Ball in there, you, don't you? Ooh, splitter. Nice. Ah, come on, mate. Nice soft, that's all. You still in first gear, you or what? Your rumour, you're quick. There's a rumour going round, you're quick.
All right, through the line.
Hey?
Good.
Not this early.
Good. Nice.
Talk to each other. Yeah, I think like the talk will improve. The talk will improve once we get some consistency with our practice and people on the field. That'll help. But I think more than anything, it's probably not what we do. It's the more time they'll spend together. That's more than anything. And I think the ice has already been broken with the value of the performance squad throughout the year. With them get-togethers as we've seen. We had 4 this year, and we kept adding people as it went along. So this is the play against each other most weeks. But it's this is the first time they've been in an environment where there's actually a ball in their hand and they've got an England badge on their chest and they're ready to play and they've been selected in a squad. So it's really important for them to be here today.
3 and 4. As soon as they hit that line. Talk up. That's it. Well done, Jack.
All right.
That's it. Well
Good
done.
play through the line, Jack, as well.
3 and 2.
Good.
Yes, well
Good
done.
ball.
Fellas, as soon as they hit this line, that's when the offence goes, okay? 1 and 4. I'll set off when you want. Yep. 5 and 2. Yeah, play. That's it. Well done. Yeah. 3 and 4. Danny Walker, you cheating little until he gets to the line.
Just wait till they hit the line. Wait till the defenders hit, boys.
Yep. 3 and 2.
That's it. Let's go. Good.
That's it. Yeah, they've been outstanding, mate. I think they've been very, very good in their application, and I think you probably admit yourself this morning that it was a little bit quiet. It's their squad, and obviously we got there and thanked them and welcomed them to what we want to do. We had 14 here, we're 10 short from where we'll be next Wednesday, and probably when we're in the air this time next week. So it's just about them getting together and being quiet and getting to know each other is the key for this, and the volume will build as we go along.